Today we're going to talk about budgeting, and with me I've got Yasmin Sellers.
Hello.
She's one of our client services managers, and she's going to take us through some of the processes involved in making sure that the budget for your school is what it should be and what it does in terms of serving your school well. So, Yasmin, what do we need to budget?
Well, Wayne, besides the fact that it is a ministry requirement, a budget is your roadmap to where you are, where you want to be at the end of the year, and how you're planning on getting there.
Easy. That sounds pretty simple.
It is, really.
Not that complicated, I guess, but so when I'm preparing a budget, what are the things that we should be looking for in terms of preparing that budget?
Well, you need to look at everything. So any expense that you may have used in the past, if you're going to use it again, you need to budget for it. Anything that's in your income statement, whether it's cash or non-cash, you need to budget for it. And also items that you're going to pay that are not in your income statement, such as your fixed assets. You need to budget for them because you want to know how much cash you will end up with at the end of the year and how you're going to get there.
All right. Are there better times during the year for this to be done in respect of the process, or do schools sometimes review their budgets, say mid-year, for example? It does happen, I guess.
Yes, they do. Firstly, you will need to have your budget approved as draft before the end of the year. This is the legal authority for the principal to actually start spending money. So it has to be done as draft, but it doesn't have to be done as final. You still have the first few months of the year, if there are any changes, anything that you're not sure about, to go and make those changes and then approve it as final, probably by the end of March at the latest. And the auditors will also request that final approved budget when they do their annual accounts for the following year. Then if you do want to review the budget later on, let's say 6 months down the track, you're more than welcome to do it. However, when we do the annual accounts, we do need to use the original approved budget. So personally, I see any changes, yes, you do need to review it and you need to see how you're doing, but you can report against it. You don't actually need to change the budget for it.
So, I mean, CS as a company is obviously dealing with a number of schools from a financial perspective. Do we use our templates to actually help the process with schools?
Definitely. What we do for our clients is we take your monthly reports, the latest one closest to the budget meeting, and we enhance it or change it a little bit. So it'll show you a few things. Firstly, it'll show you how you're doing to date. So it gives you an indication of where you might end the year and therefore what you might want to choose as your budget line. It will give you what your budget was for the current year, and we'll obviously put in a column for what your budget is for the following year. We'll also give you a room to write some notes. It is good to have explanations, because when you go back later on and you go, why did I make that decision? That explanation is there, so it helps you understand why you've made it or where you're actually going to go. And we'll also do a calculation on the side, very, very rough calculation to show you where the year will end if you continue the way that you're doing it. So it also gives you an indication of what possibly you might want to put in the budget. With our client schools, we don't have to meet with you, but we can if you want to. So we can prepare you a template. We can also add the information, the financial information that you don't know about, such as what is your depreciation going to be the next year, all your teleleases, components, everything like that that you really don't quite know about, cyclical maintenance, any of that we can add to your template. If you want to then meet with us, we will sit with you and we can go through it line by line. And that is also a very good time for us to see how your school has been doing for the year and if any tweaks are needed.
So if you have issues around budgeting in your school and want to know what we do as far as our processes go, we'd be really willing and love to help you. So please do not hesitate to contact us, and I hope you found this of some help.